welcome to my channel, Vegas Plant Girl. If you're new here, my name is Rain. I am a new plant parent. I have over 50 plants, I believe, right now. So in this video, I am going to be showing you the brand new plants that I just got within the past week or two. If you haven't seen the other two plant videos that I made about my first about 46 plants, you can take a look on my channel. I will try to link them down below as well in the description. So now let's go ahead and get started. So let's see, which one should I start with first? I think I'll start with the smallest plant. Okay, so this is a succulent and my son picked this one out. So my main purpose in getting plants at the beginning of my plant journey was to help to purify the air in my home. And so I got some plants for my kids' rooms and also for my bedroom. I wanted to put some also downstairs in my living room. It's really dark in most of my house, so now I have most of my plants in my bedroom and my bathroom because this is where I have the most light. But my kids do have some light in their room, and so they have a few plants now. And my son, I took him with me to look at some plants, and I was not expecting him to be as interested as he was this time. And he actually pointed out some plants that he wanted to get without me having to ask him. So I was really happy about that. And this was one of them. And he liked it because he said it was very, very green. He loved the green color of it. So let me see if I can get it to focus. And I always do a spotlight close-up in all of my videos. So you will be seeing a spotlight close-up of each and every plant that I have here. And I will list the scientific name and the family name and the common name, as long as I can figure out what those are. If I get any of the names wrong and you happen to know the correct name, please let me know down in the comments below. I always appreciate your help. And if anyone else is watching and they're curious about the plants, it also helps them out. So this plant is not labeled with the exact name of what this plant is. It just says mini assortment of cactus and succulent. But I think this is a crassula. I think the common name is like a Chinese temple or something, or okay, I don't know. Try to find the name and put it on the screen. And now please enjoy the spotlight close-up. The moonglow plant originates in South Africa and belongs to the stonecrop family. This succulent plant blooms in the late winter season and produces red or white flowers from the center of the rosette when it's fully grown. Because this variety of crassula is native to a warm climate, it does not like to be overwatered. I will be doing bottom waterings for this plant, and when it outgrows this pot, I may put it into pumice. Okay, so for the next plant, I'm going to do the next smallest plant, which is my plant. I picked this one out. It was so cute. This is also, I got it from the same place. I think this was from Home Depot. They were like $2.50. They're so tiny. It's a 1.75 inch pot. So they're really, really small. And this one reminds me of sesame seeds. I know I'm going to do a spotlight close-up, but I just want you to see while I'm talking about it what it looks like. So it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4 rosettes on here right now. Oh, so tiny and cute. I love that it has the two colors, the green and the brown. I just got it because I thought it was cute. So, and it was really cheap. Oh no, wait, I think there's 5 rosettes. Oh, 6. Okay, I'll show you guys the spotlight close-up. Unfortunately, I do not know what type of succulent this is. The tiny leaves are shiny and hard, and they are brown and green. It appears to be growing in a rosette pattern. Sometimes I will buy a plant despite it not having an ID because I think it's so cute, but it kind of bothers me that I don't know what it is. I will be numbering the plants in this video. If you happen to know the name of this, I would love if you could leave it down below. Okay, so the next plant is also another succulent, and we got these all on the same trip, and my son picked this out for himself, and he said he liked this one a lot because of the minty color, and they are so succulent, the leaves, and I just want to squish them. It almost reminds me of green grapes. So I love that my kids are getting into the plants now. It's nice to have them learn how to take care of another living thing. We've had pets before and that didn't work out so well. I ended up being the one taking care of them. So with the plants, it's a lot easier. You just water it once a week. So I taught my son how to do a bottom water with the succulents. Just put in a pan of water for about 10 minutes once a week, and hopefully they're going to do okay. I have had a couple of succulents die on me, but they were string ofs. And I'm probably not ever going to get more string ofs because they just died so quickly on me. There was nothing I could do to save them. Maybe. I do have a propagation of my string of pearls, and maybe I'll show that in an update video if it lives. But I've just got one strand left, so it's still alive after all these weeks. We'll see how it goes. I hope it grows roots. If I had to guess myself what this plant was, I would identify it as a crassula, but I would be very wrong. This is actually an ice plant, and it is part of the fig marigold family. Sometimes I am so surprised by what the plants actually are. This plant can grow pink flowers in the spring and summer. I love how soft and squishy the fleshy leaves are on this plant. I'm curious to know what this plant will look like when it's fully mature. So the next plant is also a succulent. So I do have lots of plants that are not succulents. Just this first grouping is going to be succulents. So I got this one for my daughter. I showed her a picture while I was at the nursery. She said she liked it. She was looking for a tiny succulent to put in some pots that I got for her. And I thought it was cute. I thought she might like it because it has the pink rim, the edges, and it's got the light pastel-y green color. It's pretty cute. I've had this for about a week now, I think, almost a week, and already the leaves are starting to brown. I don't know if I've given it too much water or what's happening. We did do a bottom water. Maybe it was too much. So hopefully it's going to do okay. It feels, I don't know, it feels floppy. But I'm going to have to repot it for her. I'll change the soil out to a more draining soil. This one looks kind of soggy and dense. So I'm going to give it a different soil. I have cactus and succulent soil. We'll see how that goes. This is another plant that I would have ID'd incorrectly. I thought it was an echeveria, but actually it is Aeonium, if that's how you say it. In any case, I am not having the best of luck with either of these types of plants. This kiwi looks good now in this video, but at the time of me editing this plant, it looks pretty sad. It is still alive. I may try to repot it into pumice. This plant was being kept in my daughter's room where it is pretty dark, so the lack of sunlight probably contributed to its poor state at this point. The pink color has faded and it has dropped many leaves. Hopefully I will be able to save it and it can recover in the future. Okay, next up, another succulent, and then one more succulent after this. This is a Kalanchoe, I think that's how you say it, chocolate soldier, Kalanchoe tomentosa. And this is one of my favorite succulents because it's fuzzy. It's so fuzzy. And it's brown. I love that it's brown. These can get pretty big. I've seen them really large in the nurseries. I got this from Walmart. I don't remember how much I paid. Oh, it says $3.97. I love getting plants for $5 or under. It's my favorite pastime, is to purchase plants $5 or under. So I saw this at Walmart, and I think it has 3 plants in it. So I'm going to repot this, and if it is 3 different plants, I'm going to put them in 3 separate pots. I just want each plant to reach its full potential in its own pot. And this makes a nice companion to my polar bear, which is also a fuzzy Kalanchoe. And I do have that in my very first video, my first plant haul. The chocolate soldier is native to Madagascar, and I have just learned that the fuzzy hairs that it grows are used as a sunscreen. I've also just learned that it is a cam plant, so it does very well in dry environments. I am loving this plant and I'm finding it to be very easy to take care of. I've seen these fuzzy Kalanchoes come in a variety of colors, even a pink one, and the next time I see it, I'm going to pick one up. Okay, the last succulent. This one also my son picked out. And we got this from Star Nursery, one of our local nurseries. And this one actually really reminds me of green grapes. I kind of want to pick them off and eat them, but it might be toxic, so I'm not going to do that. So this is a donkey's tail succulent. He really liked it. He loves the green color. It's really cute. So I've seen pictures of this when they are mature and they can trail down, and I'm looking forward to seeing this grow. And hopefully it will live long enough for it to trail down. $4.48, great price, which I love. So yeah, this goes in my son's room. It's looking like we have quite a few stone crop plants in our collection. I'm learning that the donkey's tail only needs bright indirect sunlight for about 4 to 6 hours per day. Direct sunlight should be avoided because it can burn the leaves. And I've also learned that this plant is in fact poisonous. I won't hold that against this plant. I have high hopes for it. This plant grows slowly, but the trails can grow up to 4 feet long in about 6 years. Okay, so here's another tiny plant, and actually this is a propagation. I got this from Facebook Marketplace. It is a Monstera Laniata mint variegated, and I got it for $10. I saw this cute little thing. I didn't realize it was going to be so tiny. I thought it would be bigger, but that's okay. I am totally okay with that. It was a water propagation. The seller gave it to me in this tiny cup with some moss, and then I just filled it up with some water. So I'm going to repot this. I haven't decided yet what substrate I want to use. I think what I might do is keep it in moss and put leca at the bottom, and then just keep water in the leca portion so that it soaks up into the moss. I think it needs to slowly get used to being in a substrate since it was a water propagation. So I'm going to do my best to keep this alive because I love it so much. It is so cute. And I think it's a more rare plant. And I looked at the prices online. It's pretty expensive. So I'm happy that I got it for $10, even though it's just one tiny leaf. But I mean, it's going to grow, hopefully. And when it does, I think this is going to end up being one of my most favorite plants because that is so beautiful. When I found this plant on Facebook Marketplace, it was labeled as a mottled mint. I traveled all the way across town to pick this little thing up, and I think that this may be one of the best purchases I have made so far. I can't wait for this thing to grow up, and I will definitely show updates in my future videos. Finding exotic plants like this on Facebook Marketplace is so much fun, and it feels like a treasure hunt to me, especially when I can get them at such great prices. So here is another Facebook Marketplace purchase. This was from a different seller. This is Hoya Pandurata. I love the shape of the leaves. They're long, and Hoyas also do have succulent leaves. I don't know if you would actually call them a succulent or not, but I mean, it's got the wax. I think they're called wax plants because it's like hard and waxy. I love that feeling so much. Hoyas, I think, might be my favorite genus. I think it's turning into my favorite genus. I'm probably going to collect a lot of Hoyas. I really love the fact that they flower and the flowers smell good on most of them. And I just love the waxiness of their leaves. I love the huge variety that you can get with the Hoya plants. And they seem to be hardy plants. I feel like they're kind of easy to take care of if you know what you're doing. Um, Maybe that's true with no, it's not. So the seller I got this from has this in stratum. She grew the propagation in stratum and water, I guess. It's got a lot of algae in it. I'm definitely going to change this out. I might do maybe the moss with the leca at the bottom. I'm still thinking about how I should change this over, what substrate I should use for this. really hope that it will survive and grow for me. It seems like this might be a slow grower. She said it was fast, but we'll see how that goes. I just got this, I don't know, within the past week. This Hoya Pandurata is very different from the other Hoyas that I have. This one reminds me a little bit of bamboo. It has a very thick stalk-like stem growing straight up. I love the long, thin shape of the leaves that come to a curly point at the end. I love to touch my Hoya leaves. I can't resist. Whenever I go to check if any of them need water, I always caress the leaves. Okay, next up. So I started with the tiniest plant and I'm going up in size until I get to the largest one that I have. So this is an ivy. It's variegated. It was only $4.98. I think I got this at Home Depot. It was so cute to me. I used to think ivy was boring. I have another ivy, and I mentioned that in my first video when I did my first plant haul. And now I'm starting to really fall in love with the ivy. I love the shape of the leaves. I used to think it was boring because it's common. I've seen it so many times, but I've never actually owned one and had one in my home. So now that I have two of them and I see them amongst my other plants, it offers a nice variety, like the jagged edges of the leaves, and it has kind of an elegance to it. So I decided to get a variegated one. The other one is just plain green. I love them both. And I haven't decided yet if I want to let it trail or if I want to get a trellis for it and let it vine up. We'll see how that goes. And I need to learn how to propagate this if that's possible, because I would love to have this all over my house. I love the papery thinness of the leaves of the English ivy, and I love the beautiful patterns of the variegations. This plant makes a beautiful indoor house plant, but I've just learned online that it is actually a noxious weed and is illegal to plant outside. So although this plant offers air purifying properties for us indoors, it will crowd out other native plants and can choke and kill any shrubs or trees in the area. It is actually able to climb trees and walls so that it can escape the area that it was originally planted and continue to spread. All right, so this next plant was a rescue. I found this in Target and I put it in another video, in my plant chores video. I don't know which one is going to come out first, this one or that one. So if you saw that one, you will have seen this plant already, but here it comes. This is my brand new tortum, Philodendron tortum. It had some dead leaves on it, and I asked them if I could get it for only $5, and they agreed. I got this Philodendron tortum from Target for $5. So even if the plant dies, I am left with a self-watering pot, a $5 self-watering pot. But I really want this thing to survive and thrive. I love this plant. It's so beautiful. I have seen this in videos online, and I didn't think I would like this plant because it's so skinny. But when I see this amongst my other plants, it offers also a different kind of variety, and it has like a tropical feel. And I feel like I'm on vacation in my room. Every time I walk by this plant, it just is so tropically. So I gave it some fertilized water. It was totally dry. Like I think they forgot to water their plants and maybe it wasn't getting enough sunlight. Like I don't know how long it had been in that Target, but hopefully I have saved it. I don't want to say yet that I have rescued the plant because I just got it yesterday, I think. It was either yesterday or the day before. I have a lot going on in my life. But yeah, we'll see if it survives. I really hope it does. I'm giving it as much sunlight as I can without burning the leaves, of course. And it's got the window so I can see how much water it's got. Oh, look at that, how much it's drunk. Within a day or two, it's already almost to the bottom, like 3/4 of it is gone. So yeah, it really needed a drink. There you go. Will my Philodendron tortum survive? You can watch my plant chores videos to see the results of this attempted rescue. The tortum is one of the most unique species of the philodendrons. It is a must-have in my collection, and if this one does not survive, I will certainly replace it with a new one. I will continue to experiment with different substrates in the environment that I live in. Hey, another Hoya. I got this from Star Nursery, and they don't label their Hoyas with a specific species, I guess. They just call all the Hoyas Hoyas. So I have no idea which Hoya this is. If anyone could help me out, you Hoya people out there, I would love to know the specific name of this plant. It is very beautiful. I think it has a splash. I think they call it a splash. And the leaves are kind of almond shaped and they come to a point at the end. It's got these long tendrils and it's more of a full plant, which I loved. And it's got this one tendril climbing. It's like wrapped around the plastic going up. It was 16. Oh, my phone just died. I ran out of storage, so I had to erase some stuff on my phone. But I was saying that it's $16.98, and I feel like that's a good price for such a full, long trailing plant. And definitely Hoyas are turning into one of my very favorite plants. And I think I was saying that some of the leaves have already started to yellow and fall off. And I don't know if it's because I haven't given it enough water. I've only had it for a few days and I haven't watered it yet. But I've also been blasting it with morning sunlight, like direct morning sunlight. So maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. I'm going to move it to another place in my room and just give it indirect sunlight from now on. And for sure, I want to try to propagate this plant. I've heard that you can propagate the tendrils even though they don't have leaves on them. So I'm going to cut off 2 nodes and try to propagate that. Hopefully that works out because I would love to experiment with this plant and have some of them trailing, some of them climbing trellises, doing all kinds of different things, different shaped trellises like the circles, hearts, or whatever I can manage to put together. I've done some research online and it seems like this might be a Hoya Croniana with a silver splash. Maybe. It's interesting to me how the leaves of the different species of Hoya differ from each other. The leaves on this plant feel more fleshy and slick to me. It feels quite different from my Hoya Crimson Queen. The leaves on my Hoya Crimson Queen feel more like foam, like they have a lighter density, and the texture feels more matte. If this is a Croniana, the flowers would be white, fuzzy, and star-shaped. The scent would be sweet and fragrant. I really hope that I can get this Hoya plant to flower for me. And if it happens, I will definitely do a video and show you guys in my updates. I am kind of wondering how difficult it would be to crossbreed my Hoyas. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, so I've got 2 plants left, maybe. If I don't finish this video before I get more new plants, then I will extend the video and show you the new plants that I get in the future. But for right now, I have 2 plants left. And I don't know if I should show you the bushier one or the longer one. So I guess since I showed you a Hoya, I'll show the other Hoya. I got this one at the same time as the other one, the previous one. And again, I do not know the exact name of this Hoya. So if you can help me out with the name of this, I would really, really appreciate it. It looks like the leaves are kind of wavy on the edges, and it's got like a black or a dark purple rim with the green on the inside. I love the look of this. And look at the trail. It is so long. So again, $16.98 for this very long full plant. I feel very good about this purchase. This also has yellowing leaves, and I don't know if that's from sun stress or if it's under overwatering. I need to figure these plants out. I'm definitely going to move them out of the direct sunlight in the mornings. And definitely I am going to try to propagate this plant as well. It definitely has enough vines on it that I could cut some of them off, but I can also just take like the very tips of the tendrils and try those as well. So yeah, definitely Hoyas are becoming my favorite genus. I did some research online trying to find a plant that looked like this one. The closest thing I could think of was the Hoya Waiatii. The leaves are very dark and wavy on the margin of this plant. I have since moved this plant to a different area of my room and its condition has improved. It's doing much better without the direct morning sunlight, and it seems to be much happier in a more shady area. I am so in love with the long wavy leaves and the long hanging tendrils. The leaves are quite dark, especially with the black margin, and I love this. It offers a nice contrast within my plant collection. Spring has arrived, yet I do not see any signs of peduncles on this plant yet. Perhaps it just needs to get used to living in my home. I wonder which of my Hoyas will bloom for me first. When it happens, I don't think I'll be able to contain my joy. Alright, so the last plant, maybe. This I got from Trader Joe's, and guess how much it was? It was $5. Wow. I got myself an Oxalis. I don't know if it's Oxalis triangularis. Is that how you say it? It definitely says it's an Oxalis, and it's got the 3-leaf clover leaves. It's so cute. And look at the white flowers. And I love how this plant opens up during the day and then it closes up at night. It's so cute. It goes to sleep. I think this plant goes dormant during part of the year, so I'm going to be prepared for that. I've watched videos on how to take care of these. They need lots of bright sunlight. I'm giving it bright early morning sunlight, direct sunlight, so hopefully that doesn't burn the leaves, but I'm only doing it for like an hour, and then I give it the mottled light. I close my shades a little bit so it gets like a little bit of mottled direct sunlight in the morning. And I think these are pretty thirsty plants as well. It's really full in this pot. I think I should probably repot it. It looks like there's some new leaves coming out and it looks really crowded. So I'm going to give it a bigger pot. And I do think that these grow corms, which I love. I love plants that grow corms, like the alocasias. I definitely want to get more alocasias. I love the fact that they grow corms and then you can grow new plants out of them. That is so fun. I'm going to have so much fun growing corms. So it is March and St. Patrick's Day is coming up, which is why they had these in Trader Joe's. And I've also seen them at Whole Foods. It was double the price there. It was like $11. So I feel so lucky that I found this plant for only $5. I saw it, I looked it up online, and I found out that it was Oxalis. And I was looking at the Oxalis triangularis. I forgot which way you say it, but it was the dark one. It was like either black or dark purple. And it was like $15 online. I want to get that sometime in the future, but now that I have this, even though it's green, I still love it. It's so beautiful. And look, it's like so voluminous. It's such a happy plant with the flowers that open and close. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite plants. And hunting for $5 plants now is one of my favorite things to do. All right, so enjoy the spotlight close-up. I do believe that I am having to water this plant about every 3 days. That is a bit high maintenance in my opinion. I am planning to change this over to a self-watering pot. Look how cute these little white flowers are. They remind me of star jasmine. I love how they open during the day and close up at night. I am loving this 3-leaf shamrock look. It's making me feel so lucky and happy. I'm hoping that when I repot this, I will find corms, and then I will plant them into little tiny baby pots. Here is some footage that I took at night so that you could see the leaves closed up and sleeping. It's so cute how they close up like origami paper. I got more plants, you guys. Ever since I did my first plant haul and showed you guys my snake plant, I could not stop thinking about how much I loved it, how large it has gotten since I bought it, and how easy it is to take care of. And I've seen the moonshine snake plants at the nursery, and they had baby ones for only $5. And sorry, and I love the silveriness of the color. And I couldn't stop thinking about getting a moonshine snake plant. So I went to the nursery just so I could get one, and they didn't have the really baby cute ones like the ones that I saw, but they had still, it was only $5 and it was a little bit bigger. So I guess the baby ones that I saw kind of grew, or maybe they got new ones. I don't know. But it's not as, like this one is more dark green. It's not as silvery as I liked, but this one is super silvery. And I don't know, there's like 2 of them in there. I don't know how they grow, if they like start growing new shoots off on the side or whatever, but hopefully this one will start growing more so I have more of the like silvery color. But that's really pretty and I can't wait for it to grow. This is going to go in my downstairs kitchen.
I absolutely love low maintenance plants that I can just leave for weeks and not have to do anything. And then when I come back to it to give it water, it has changed over time. This is a plant I would not mind having multiples of around my house to help purify the air.
What do we have here? I got my pickle plant, Senecio stapeliformis. I saw this at the nursery today and it was the perfect pickle plant. Oh my gosh, it's so long. Oh, and I even got a little, I think it's a string of tears leaf. It just happened to be in here. It just like fell in there. I'm gonna try to propagate it. I got that one for free because it was just in there. The string of tears was like above this. Oh my gosh, I finally got my pickle plant. Isn't it cute?
Look, you guys, my Philodendron White Princess has 2 leaves coming out at the same time. And my Alocasia Green Unicorn has a beautiful new leaf unfurling as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and please have fun with your plants.